They say no pain, no gain, but what if too much muscle soreness is holding you back from actually achieving your fitness goals? Here's the truth about muscle soreness that many people will get wrong. Now, imagine muscle soreness as a spectrum. On one end, we have zero soreness, meaning you didn't do anything that would stimulate the muscle to the point where it would need to grow, meaning the weight was too light or you didn't do enough volume. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we did way too much, and now we've overtrained to the point where we wake up the next day and can barely move. And then to make it even worse, the following day you wake up and you can still barely move. Now, either scenario here is not going to help you build muscle. When you do too much so that you're overtraining, you're actually causing damage to the muscle. Many people think that it's lactic acid that causes muscle soreness. In the moment when you're actually lifting the weight, you will have lactic acid build up in the muscle because it's a byproduct of metabolism, but the lactic acid is quickly shipped off to the liver, where it is converted back into a usable form and then sent back to the muscle to provide more energy. What soreness actually is damage to the muscle itself, because as we use the muscle and we use the muscle to its extreme capabilities, we cause little tears in all the muscle fibers. Now, the normal response to this is that you cause damage to the muscle, you rest the muscle, the body will then heal that area and then make it a little bit stronger every time you do that. When you overtrain, you are causing other issues that the body can't necessarily overcome. The process of muscle hypertrophy looks something like this. Now, say this is our starting point. When we lift weights, we go down, cause a little bit of damage, and then as we rest, we go back up, and then the body will build up the muscle a little bit higher than it was. Now, you repeat this process many times, and then you end up stronger than you were initially. If you're overtraining, you'll have something like this, where you cause a lot of damage, and then the body tries and heals, and then you go back up to here, then you overtrain again, go back down, same thing, body tries and heals, overtrain again, back down, and then the body tries and heals again. See how with overtraining, you're never going to make any progress versus when you're actually giving the body enough stimulus but not too much, and then letting it heal over time, you will actually make progress. There is a sweet spot in terms of muscle soreness right in the middle of the spectrum, where you wake up the next day a little sore, especially when you move the muscle itself, but it shouldn't limit your flexibility or your mobility. Another good sign is you wake up the following day and you're not more sore than you were the previous day. This means you have delayed onset muscle soreness, called DOMS, which means you've overtrained. Now, it's finding this sweet spot consistently year after year after year that will finally yield results. There is no shortcut, and if you overtrain in an attempt to get there faster, you'll likely just end up injured and, if anything, cause muscle breakdown instead of muscle building. There's the added benefit of only being mildly sore that you will heal faster, meaning you can get back into the gym faster. One of the biggest mistakes you can do is overtrain, and then while you're still sore, go back into the gym, try and do all the same stuff, work on the same muscles that are already sore, and then cause additional damage. Now remember, we said that muscle soreness is caused by tears in the muscle itself. If you add or compound tears after tears after tears, you will likely result in an injury, if not something called rhabdomyolysis, where the muscle will break down to the point where it will damage the kidneys as they try and filter all of this out of the blood. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will try and answer those. Otherwise, you can go ahead and subscribe. My channel is all about how we can build a healthy and physically fit body that will last the course of our lives.